It is time for me to be able to share my projects for the SheetLoad of Cards May 2023 collaboration hosted by Call Me Crafty Owl. Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome. I have the May 2023 SheetLoad of Cards sketch from Call Me Crafty Owl. This is a sketch she puts together each month, including a cut guide, a supply list, and it gives you enough supplies to make a set number of cards each month. And then she also has a collaboration team. We kind of share our designs just to give you some additional inspiration as well. There's a hashtag in the title up above, and there will also be listed in the description box. And you can click on the hashtag and go to the video list to see the collaboration team members that are participating this month. There will also be a playlist in the description box below that you can use if you would prefer that. So this month it used 12 by 12 papers and it made 12 cards. I decided to be difficult on myself again this month. I was trying to figure out what kind of paper I wanted to use. I don't know. I kind of had decision paralysis. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So I had a bunch of scraps on my desk. So I was like, okay, I need to use up scraps. So I went through my scraps and I picked out pieces that would, pattern paper pieces that would work for the pattern paper panel here, that were pretty close to the side so that if I cut it down, I wasn't going to make a ton more scrap for myself. And then I found, I had a stack of cardstock mats that are already pre-cut and ready to go. So I found cardstock mats that worked for the papers I picked. And then I went in my stash and looked for some tiny scraps that I could use for this piece over here. So I have a hodgepodge of cards. I do not have a coordinated set like I'm sure everyone else will have, but I did use up some scraps. And I have a combination of some masculine and some feminine. And I've used some stamps in my stash that I hadn't used in a while. Excuse me, this is a really old Inga Dinga Doo stamp, but it has just some funny birthday sentiments about age. So I also tried to either use the scraps that were left from these cards to kind of embellish the card front a little bit more, or I tried to dig into my pre-cut, my die cut stash to find some things to embellish with. So this one I was kind of stumped on what I could embellish it with. And I finally found some arrows that were in here. One's navy and one's kind of the same craft color as my mats here. So I decided to go with that. This one, I just added a simple flower over here. I really loved the flowers down here on the wood grain. I didn't want to cover those up. This one, I just added a little kind of layered flower trio down here. Sometimes I added a flower up in this panel. And then there were some that I really didn't know what to do, and so I just did some little banners down here at the bottom. So those are very simple flowers. Punched out some tiny circles at the bottom there. This one I wanted to bring in some more of that black. And then this one, I feel like it had enough going on, but I kind of wanted to bring in some more of the pink just to kind of tie the pink in. And that one, this was a flower I fussy cut from one of the scraps of this piece. There's one there as well. And then I did also use scraps on the inside of my cards. So I have 12 cards. So a sheetload of cards from a sheetload of scraps. I have thinking of you and masculine birthday, feminine birthday. So these were fun, and even though I did have to go through my scraps, they still went together pretty quickly. Once I got all the pieces cut down, I kind of went through and still was able to assembly line them just like you would, if you were using the full sheets of 12 by 12 that Alicia called for. So another fun sketch. Her sketches are always really fun. There is also information in the description box below. If you are not familiar with the SheetLoad or have never seen it, you can go to her channel, and if you become a subscriber, you can get the SheetLoad for free. So there's a link in the description box that has information about that, as well as hashtags if you want to play along. So thank you guys so very much for your time, and hope you all have a very crafty day.